Welcome to yoga. I got a lot of thumbs up. So we're ready to go. We're going to start seated. I'm going to bring my water over here. I do have a few new ideas up my sleeve today. Some fun stuff. So we're going to go slow, but we are going to introduce a couple of new ideas. All right. So what I want to do just to get started, to drop into the body, is sit in an easy cross-legged position. Lately, I've been holding my hands with my one palm like resting inside the other and the thumbs touching. That feels really natural to me instead of having my hands on my knees, but whatever you want. We're gonna get our head right between our shoulders and our shoulders right over our hips. We're gonna close our eyes if it feels right. Maybe take a couple of just deep inhales and a big sigh, maybe. And then we're going to bring our attention to our breath, and we're going to try to elongate the inhale to a 4 count, and then we're going to hold the breath for 4, and then we're going to exhale for 8. And we're going to try that a couple of times in our own tempos. Inhale for 4. Feel the belly widen and fill with that inhale. Maybe even the chest gets involved. When you hold for 4, and then exhale for 8 through the nose, using that ujjayi breathing, a slight close at the back of the throat to create that hissing sound, which really enables you to control the exhale for 8 counts. And again, one more time. Inhale 4, hold for 4, exhale for 8. And we'll now just return to regular breathing, but I want you to focus on the breath. So I really want you to experience the way that your nostrils feel when you breathe in. Feel that air coming in through the nose. A little sip of the universe, and then feel the exhale through the nose. Feel the air coming out of those nostrils. Get the sensations of what that feels like. And while you're settling into your regular breath, I want you to think about that mantra we talked about a few weeks ago. Body mountain, heart ocean, breath anchor. So while you're just focusing on your regular breathing, you can take that inhale and imagine that flush of fresh air coming into your mountain, your body mountain. Strong, solid, grounded, and withstanding the tests of time. And at the top of the inhale, you can feel your heart as an ocean which goes with the tides. The inhale is the top of the tide, and the exhale is the bottom of the tide. And then the breath itself is your anchor. You always can come back to your breath. Especially in our yoga practice, if anything ever feels hard or it feels too much, or even if it feels good and you just want to add to the sensation, come back to the breath. That's your anchor. Couple more regular breaths, just with the idea of body mountain, heart ocean, breath anchor. And let's take a deep inhale, reaching the arms, scooping them up, looking up. You can keep your eyes closed if you want. Exhale all the way forward, hands on the floor. And relax. Just let gravity do the work here. In this pose, take a few deep, long breaths. So extend the breath here. Maybe a sigh or a sound. Turn your head from right to left. Give me a slow no here. And then pick your belly button up. So send it back and up. Really root the hips down. Take a twist over your right knee, forehead to right knee. My right arm comes behind my pelvis. I'm trying to keep my nose to my knee. My left hip is rooted down and back. And switch sides gently. Left arm goes behind the pelvis. Nose to knee or forehead to knee. Root the right hip. And come forward and walk the hands up. Today we're going to take the legs out in front of us. Fingertips behind our pelvis facing forward. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders behind. Exhale, lift the pelvis. You can look up at the ceiling. I wouldn't let the head fall back any further than that, or you can keep the chin on the chest. And release. Cross the other leg on top, whichever one you had. Switch, inhale, reach up. And exhale, forward. Couple big sighs here. Send the belly button up and back. Root the hips. Maybe walk the fingertips a little further forward. See if you can get a stretch in your upper back between the scapulas. Swing the left hand behind the pelvis. Give yourself a little traction on the floor. See if you can twist a little bit further past your knee this time. Root the right hip. And then slowly switch. Right arm goes back. And recover. Walk the hands back. Same thing, legs come out. Big inhale, squeeze the shoulders behind you. Exhale, lift the pelvis. Let's hold here for 3 breaths. And recover. Good. Take the left leg out to the side. Right leg comes in. Foot is kind of on my inner thigh. My right knee is out to the side. We're going to inhale, both arms, look up. Exhale, left arm comes down to left toe. If you can grab that, or ankle, or your yoga leggings, or whatever you're wearing. And we're going to use that pull to see if we can get our ear closer to our knee. Drop the right scapula down the back and root the right hip. Lift the belly, kind of like, not squeezing, but kind of more like a corset or constriction around the lower part of the abs. See if you can get a little bit more of a twist. You can take the top arm behind the back and see if you can use that to kind of open up that right shoulder a little bit more while you pull your ear down closer to your knee. And then just for the deliciousness of it, release the right back over the leg. Place both hands on either side of the foot and see if you can, while you maintain the right hip rooted, see if you can wrap the right side of the torso down. Woo, big breath here. Slowly walk the hands up and let's switch sides. It's 93 degrees out, y'all. Gotta go slow and watch ourselves as we work. If you feel like a little lightheaded, back off. Inhale as you reach up. Exhale, grab hold of that right. Now that foot is flexed, yeah? So that's gonna really help grab the toe that much closer to you. Root the left hip, drop the left scapula. Open up the torso, open up the chest. See if you can look under that arm up to the ceiling. I am actually in probably a hotter space than you guys are. You're all in your air conditioning, so I'm talking mostly to myself, I guess. Take that top arm up and over and around the back. See if you can use that to kind of give yourself a little bit more of a twist of the left shoulder. Now root the left hip. Pull yourself a little closer. And when you're ready, drape that left side of your torso over the leg. Take the hands to either side of the foot, of the ankle. And see if you can rotate that left side down and back while still keeping that left hip rooted and dropped. Walking the hands up and bringing the soles of the feet together. Let's take the hands to the knees. Let's arch, look up. Pull the knees towards you as you drop the shoulders and look up towards the ceiling. If you want, you can arch a little bit here. Big inhale, exhale, scoop the pelvis back, chin to chest. Couple more in your own time. This should feel super yummy. And let's take a little circle around. Rib cage goes to the right. Arch, look up. Rib cage goes to the left. round, look down, rib cage to the right, arch, look up, rib cage to the left, round, look down, and the other way. Matching the stirring up of the rib cage with the breath. And maybe one more time the other way, just because it feels good. Good. And let's take those knees up and down. Good. Take that right leg, bend it, take it across, wrap the left arm around it, give yourself a lengthen on the inhale, flex that front foot, and give yourself a gentle spinal twist. The more you pull that knee closer, the more you also get a glute stretch here. And recover in the other side. Left leg crosses. Lengthen here. I like to pull the knee a little bit. That helps me lengthen. Take that arm out and get it in the crux of the elbow there. Lengthen and twist. Sometimes I use my left hand to push gently into the floor, which helps me lengthen out of the sits bones. The only issue there is if you let the shoulder come up. So you really want to make sure the shoulder drops. I'm looking at my golden yoga cat that was given to me today by Sherry, who takes our class sometimes. Very peaceful yoga cat. And recover. Good. Let's just bring the soles of the feet together one more time, and let's grab the feet and open them like a book. Just open up those feet like a book. And while you're doing that, send the elbows into the knees. I like to do a little weeble wobble here. Kind of gently like rock back and forth, getting those knees closer to the ground. All right, good. Let's come on to our hands and knees. Go this way. We are going to, because we just did some spine work, we're gonna do cat-cow, but we're gonna jump right into getting that leg involved, slow and controlled. So we're gonna inhale, the right leg is gonna shoot out, hands are underneath our shoulders. This is neutral spine, yeah? So we actually aren't going into cat-cow, which has got that arch. We're going into the neutral spine. And then we can round the spine when we bring the knee in. We're gonna do 5 of these, and then we're gonna hold with the leg up. And we're gonna come into bird dog. So let's just do 5 slow and controlled leg extensions and knee to nose. And then when you're done with your 5, extend the leg and lift up the left arm and hold there. And we're gonna really kind of just hang out here for a minute and see what it feels like. You might shake a little bit. You might lose your balance for a second and then have to recover it. On a hot day, holding a pose can feel a little challenging, but it's also really good. All right, good. Let's come off of our wrists, grab hold of them, and just interlace the fingers and just do a little curly Q figure 8 with those wrists. And maybe a little shakaroo just on the arms, coming back. Left leg comes up, foot is flexed. 5, slow and controlled, nose to knee, and into neutral spine with leg extended. And when you do that contraction with the nose to knee, make sure your weight is equally distributed between the 2 hands, 2 arms, and really scoop the belly button towards the sky. The sky. Yeah, sure, the sky, that works too. So on this exercise, it's the sustained and slow controlled movement that makes you sweat. When you've done 5, come into bird dog, meet me there, and we'll hang out together. Try not to sink into the joint. Press out of the knee, press out of the pelvis, get the leg up. Energy in the fingertips. And come down. Good. Tuck the toes behind you. Bring the booty back. Let's just give those toes a little stretch. Maybe here, if you want, try an inverted prayer on your back. Don't arch. Yeah, you want the pelvis tucked. Maybe we can just breathe here for 3 breaths. Send the elbows back. And release those arms. Come on down and just tap the tops of your feet on the mat gently. Get that stimulation. We're going to actually flip the wrists. So we're going to have the top of our palms facing facing us, and we're going to do a gentle 3-inch push back with the booty pushing back, just to give that wrist a little stretch. And if you really want to try something new here, you can try a couple cat-cows with the wrists flipped. Kind of interesting. This was one of the fun new things I was going to throw at you today. If you have wrist issues, just do it normally, it's fine. But sometimes just trying something like that makes you control the movement in a little different way. All right, we're going to take the right leg forward. And we're going to take both hands to the inside of the foot, and we're going to tuck the toes behind us and lift into like a runner's lunge. So right here, just do a little rock and roll. Do what feels good. Now you can stay here, or you can grab a block and come down onto your elbows, or you can come all the way down to the ground with your elbows. We're going to stay here for a couple breaths. Try to lengthen the back of the left knee. You don't want it locked, but you don't want it sagging, yeah? So you do want that energy in the back of the left knee. All right, this is a funny thing I just learned. It's called flying lizard. Come back up to your hands. Take the left hand out to the side. Now this would be a perfectly wonderful place to start flying lizard. If you want an extra challenge, you can drop your right shoulder under your right knee and extend your right leg also, your right arm also. Staying with the right hand flat on the mat and the left arm out and a long spine is great. Trying both arms out. is another possibility. Go ahead and bring the hands down, drop the knee to the floor, and let's send the booty back. I'm picking up my leg and moving it. Hands are on either side of the ankle. Drop the nose to the knee. Right foot is flexed. Breathe. Pull the right hip back. Rock the hips forward. Bring the hands back to the inside of the leg. Roll to the outside of your right foot and do a little gentle arch. If you want, you can push the knee away, or you can take the arm up and back. And coming back to center, send that leg, that knee back, and let's come into prayer. And this time, again, just throw in something new at you. Flip the palms up to the ceiling. Instead of having the palms down, do prayer pose with the palms up. See what that does, if anything, for your sense of balance, relaxation, rejuvenation, and maybe even a little letting the energy of the environment drop into your palms and feed you a little bit. As always, this is a great place to come to at any point in our practice when you need a moment. All right, coming back up to all fours, taking the left leg forward, popping the, the right knee off the floor, and both hands on the inside of the left foot. Rock and roll, do what feels good, play around until you find a nice sweet spot in your runner's lunge. Couple breaths. I like to think about that long line from the top of my head all the way down my spine, down my back, down my leg to my heel. And then when and if you would like to drop down onto your elbows, either onto blocks or onto the ground, you can do that now, or you can just stay with your hands in runner's lunge. And then coming back onto your hands, we can try flying lizard on the opposite side. So first of all, just take that right arm out. See what happens to your balance. This is perfectly great. If you want, try to tuck that left shoulder under and send the left arm out. And when your body says, okay, done with that, drop the knee, push the hips back, take the hands on either side of the ankle, drop the nose to the knee, and pull the left hip back. You can have your back toes tucked or untucked, whatever feels comfortable. Coming forward one more time, hands to the inside of the foot. Roll to the outside of the left foot. Push the knee with your left hand to get into a delicious arch here. Stay here or open up the arm. Drop that left knee to the floor. And when you're ready, hands to the mat, leg comes back. Prayer pose with palms up, prayer pose with palms down, or you can bring the hands down by your ankles into child's pose. And while we're here, let's bring the top of the head to the floor in front of us and lift the pelvis and the belly button up towards the spine. Rabbit's pose. And recover. And then just to move in the opposite direction, let's grab our blocks if we need it. And let's do camel. It always takes me a minute to think of that word. I have to let the blood run to my head. Big inhale, exhale, press the pelvis up. And here you can let the head fall. Tight booty. All right. Come out of that slowly. Find some water, drink it. And we're gonna go into our pranayama, life force, which signifies the end of warm up and heads us on into the next part of our course today. 20 breaths, sweeping the arms up. Inhale, exhale, bringing the arms down to the heart center. In your own time, whenever you're ready, you can begin. Three more. On your last one, stay up, interlace the fingers, send the palms to the ceiling. Ooh, let's walk that ladder, right shoulder, left. One more, right, left. Exhale, take the arms all the way down. Let's come all the way forward into prayer. Or if you're standing, come into forward fold. Because we're gonna join you there. Come into all fours, tuck the toes. Come up to down dog. And then walk the hands and the feet together to come to forward fold. Go ahead and shake those knees out one at a time. Shake the head no. Shake the head yes. And then wag the tail right to left. Wag the tail. We're gonna hang out here for a second. Find a comfortable sweet spot for your forward fold. Maybe you grab some blocks. Maybe you bend the knees and you come on, you rest your elbows on your knees. Maybe you take your hands in your elbows. Whatever feels right for you. Let's take 3 long, deep breaths. Bend the knees slightly if you haven't already. Let's slowly come to standing, vertebrae by vertebrae. And we're going to go into our standing poses. Lift that a little bit. All right, beautiful. Let's do a quad stretch to start off with. If you need to grab hold of something, that's absolutely fine. So the thing about the quad stretch, we tend to leave the knee in front. We want to have the knees close to each other. And then you want to tuck the pelvis and send the top of the knee to the floor. If you can balance here, take the opposite arm up. Use the foot in the hand to pull your shoulder down, your right shoulder. Are your abs engaged? See if you can go from here to switch and grab the foot, the same foot with the left hand in front of you, and then tuck it into the groin and let the knee fall and change hands. Take the right hand up. And since we're here, let's just take that foot, put it in tree, and bring the hands to prayer. And then when you're ready, take them up. Still want that slightly tucked pelvis. Don't let the booty stick out the back. I just realized I was letting that go, so sharing my awareness with you. And see if you can come out with control. Try the other side. Grab the outside of the left foot. Kiss those knees together. Tuck the pelvis. Bring the top of the knee to the floor. Find that focal point about 6 feet in front of you on the ground, and then lift the opposite arm. And then see if you can just switch hands. Bring that foot to the front. Tuck it into the groin, towards the groin. Let the knee drop. Open, lift the left arm. And then when you're ready, see if you can lift that foot into, place the bottom of the foot into the inside of the thigh. Tight booty. And then lift the arms wherever you want. And I always invite you to play with your focus. That's what makes the challenge even more difficult. See if you can maybe just track your eyes to the left or to the right. And then maybe even move your arms in a different way as you come down. Woo! Wow, that's fire in the leg right there. That's a threefer. 3 poses in one. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a little calf stretch. Let's take the right leg behind us. Both feet need to be in parallel. Just lunge into that front foot. If you have a wall to push against, get that heel to the ground. And if you want, do a couple pulses. Lift the heel and then press the heel and then lift and press. You don't need a wall. You can just do it right there. And then in an attempt to be balanced, flip that foot and just press the top of the foot into the ground. And then switch sides. The thing about this is that the feet really have to be in parallel for this to be a calf stretch. Try the other side. Send that left heel to the ground and maybe do a couple lift and presses. Feels good. And then take the top of the foot and press the top of the foot into the ground. All right, good. Let's take, let's see, what do we want to do? Honestly, I want to just do some warrior poses. So let's get ourselves set up with the right foot, right toes pointing forward, left heel pointing in and back. And let's come into warrior one on the right side. So the right foot is forward. Warrior one. I want to take 3 breaths here, just holding warrior one. See if you can do 3 count breaths. All right, go ahead and straighten that front leg for a minute. Arms can come down. Maybe you can take a little arch up here, test your balance, and then come right back into warrior one. 3 breaths. Press the arms down as you straighten that front leg. Take a little arch, look up, drop the arms, open up the chest. One more time. Warrior one, 3 breaths. I want you to try and get a little deeper each time. At the bottom of your 3rd exhale, bring the toes forward. And let's just do a little side reach rib cage here. Slow and steady, reaching this rib cage. Woo! How far can you reach? Oh, that feels good. Okay. Left toes go out. Right heel goes back. Warrior one, opposite side. We're going to do that again. 3 sets of 3 breaths. In warrior one, each time coming a little bit deeper into the pose. In your own time. When you straighten that leg, press the arms with tension. Yeah? Look up, feel the warrior, and then take the pose again. Ooh, I'm ready to pounce. Feel like I'm a Greek warrior training. Track that left knee to the left. Yeah, don't let it wobble over towards the right. Each time you come into that pose, a little bit deeper. And when you're ready, bring the toes forward. And let's take a squat here, knees over toes. Take the elbows to the inside of the thighs. You can just kind of hang out here. Or if you want to come all the way down, sit in that with your hands together in prayer. Hands to the ground. Let's come all the way up into pyramid. Toes are forward, our head is down. You can just leave the hands on the floor. It's really no big deal. You can grab the ankles if you want. You can weave the arms through. So many different versions. Since we're here, let's take the left hand right between the two legs and just do a gentle twist with the right arm reaching up towards the ceiling. And switch sides. And hands to your waist and just pick yourself up with your abs. Woo! Go slow, go slow. Yeah, let's just shake out the feet for a minute. Little shake. What time is it? I have no idea. I got lost in the moment. Wow! Oh my Lord. I really did get lost in the moment. Okay. Warrior 2 on the right side, yogis. Warrior 2 on the right side, yeah? Pelvis is forward, but the right knee is back. So it's reaching back. Left heel is out. Arms are out. We're focusing over the middle finger. This is going to be our one flow. So we're going to do 3 breaths here. I'm so feeling this warrior today. After your third exhale, we're going to inhale, reach up for reverse warrior, exhale, swing around to side angle. 3 of these. Back to warrior 2. Pick up that back heel. Come into crescent. Look up. Sink about 3 inches deeper. Drop that heel, come into goddess. And then find your way up, straighten those legs, set yourself up for warrior 2 on the opposite side. 3 sets of 3 count breaths right here. Three sets of inhale, reverse warrior, exhale, side angle. Back to warrior 2. Pick up that back heel. Ta-da! Crescent pose. Feel the power. Breathe. Drop that heel, come around, and just zen out right here in goddess. Oh, the legs. Feel the legs. Fire. Just imagine fire leaping and lapping up those legs. And come up. Yes. Goddesses we are. Okay, I want to do some down dog and some pigeon. Oh, there was one thing. Oh yeah, there's a new pigeon. There's a twist on a pigeon. Amy, you're gonna like this. Let's do a roll down into a forward fold. Woo! And then walk the hands out to down dog. Woo! Lift that right leg up. Let's just hold it there for a minute. Feel that. Drop the right hip, but get the foot as high as it can possibly go. And then swing the knee through and into pigeon. All right, now we can do a regular pigeon where we just maybe do an arch here and then we release down onto our elbows or all the way down to rest our head on the floor. The other thing we can try, and honestly, I don't even know if I can do this, is to bring yourself into a little twist over the right knee and then come down onto that left elbow. I don't think I can do it. And then come into prayer, and push into a twisted pigeon. Look at that. So the left elbow kind of rests on the right knee, and then the right hand comes into prayer, and you use that as a little twisted pigeon. Holy cannoli. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna come down onto my elbows. It's fun to try some new things. See where our growing edges can be. And then when you're ready, tuck that back toe under and then send the right leg back into down dog. Take a couple breaths in down dog. Let the blood run through your legs. Whew, maybe a big sigh. And then the left leg can come up. We can just sit here for a minute, or I shouldn't say sit. Engage here for a minute. Lift that heel towards the ceiling and drop the standing heel towards the ground. And then when you're ready to swing that knee through, come into pigeon. All right, let's see about this. Now you can always just do regular pigeon. It is hard enough. Believe me, I avoid doing this pose because it is hard. However, just for fun, we can try this new version. So you come up, hands flat on the ground. You walk the hands over to the left. So you're already kind of in a twisted position to your left. You place your right elbow on your right knee, thigh, and then you bring the left hand into prayer and you look over your left shoulder. Don't sink into that right shoulder. Whew. And then when you're ready, just come down to regular old pigeon. Hang out where it feels good or where it feels good enough. And take some breaths. And hands on the mat. Tuck that back toe. Down dog. One last twist for today. Spider fingers. I don't even know if I can do this, but you want to walk your weight back a little bit and then pop up onto your fingers in down dog. It's called spider fingers down dog. So you have to walk your weight back a little bit. And then go ahead and release. I don't know about you, but I am dripping with sweat. Let's come on down to our backs. Perfect. We're just going to go into some breath work, and we're gonna go into Shavasana. So take a deep breath in, come into a long line, stretching your fingertips away from your toes. Inhale. On the exhale, sweep the arms down and around, coming into a tight ball. Give me 2 more of these. Long line, big exhale, long exhale, tight ball. Squeeze out all the air on that contraction. Squeeze out the air. One more big inhale here. Tighten everything. Grip the fists, the toes, the glutes, the rib cage, the face. Hold it. And then exhale. We're going to go into Shavasana, deep relaxation. I'm going to see if I can find a 3-minute song.
I should be wiser, hold a little tighter, but there we grow, but I'm easy to throw. I will open my eyes, see what is right, now that I know that I'm easy to throw. I won't go out in the cold, I will not fall, and I won't go out in the cold, but I can't be told. Don't be the divider, won't you hold tight up, pull me into your flow. Now I can't let go. Words that made a liar, spoke to make us brighter. Thought that we'd grow, we won't last in the snow. I won't go out in the cold, I will not fall, and I won't go out in the cold, but I can't be told. I won't go out in the cold, I will not fall, and I won't go out in the cold, but I can't be told.
We can stay in Shavasana or slowly come to a seated position, your hands in prayer, and we'll close today's practice. Bringing us back to the mantra body mountain, heart ocean, breath anchor. The mountain, ocean, and anchor in me salutes the mountain, ocean, and anchor in you. Namaste. Thank you.